Okay, so I wanted to show you part of the deal here. I've got the, this is the, obviously the sensor with the, installed on a plate support bracket, right? The support bracket has to be installed on that little deal right there. You can see how it goes on there. Put the bracket on here, then the sensor goes on there. This, next, these things right here come separate. You got to stick these things in there, and then what you got to do, you have to put this on top of it like that. And then these things, I got some more stuff on here. But really, I mean, the rest of them just kind of go together and you fasten them together in a different way. And that's kind of what I wanted to show you. You can just take the nuts off of here. They're pretty small. Yeah, I think these are it right here, where my thumb is. But yeah, I mean, you can just take those off and do whatever you need to do to the sensor and screw it back in. What I was looking at though was that, I mean, I looked around the edge of this and on the back of it, and there's no, you really shouldn't need to access it except to press that button right there, you know, and that'll turn it on. But reaching it like that, I'm not quite sure. Let me see what can happen. Yeah, I can't stick my finger in there, you know, when it's all assembled. So, I mean, but it's pretty easy just to pull off the nut and the washer and stuff, and you know, access it and then just replace the nut. It's pretty easy. I'll demonstrate that next. I think I'm going to pause this. Okay, so what I wanted to show here, this still isn't fully assembled, obviously, but if you turn this upside down, you can see the data logger right here. So there's like these 3 plates that have these holes here, right? You got 3 of those. Within that is, the next one is a plate, which actually holds the logger, right? Then you've got a separate plate right here called, I think it's called a flat plate. And then you have a support plate right here. And if you look down inside of here, you can see a little metal piece. This little metal piece screws on to this bit right here. And then this holds the bracket, you know, the mounting bracket that you're going to screw on to, you know, whatever. So, and all this is just, you've got these 3 long threaded rods that go in through here. So if you just unscrew those, that allows you access to everything that's within here. And from here, what we just do is, we've got 2 other plates, and they'll just, this is, I don't think this is the direction they go on, but this just goes on there like that. So I'm going to pause this and then show the rest of it pretty much assembled. Okay, I've got everything assembled except for the bracket here. Okay, so if you wanted to, everything is assembled here, like I said. The data, or the the sensor is on this plate here. So you got your support plate here, you have a closed plate here, and then you have the sensor is installed on this plate here. If you needed to access that, what you would have to do is, you've got these wing nuts on the back side right here, right? We'll take these off real quick. Nothing complicated about this. To access those, you'd have to pull that off. Pull these 2 plates off here. Come on. There we go. Okay, and then we can access this deal here. If you needed to get to this for some reason, besides to punch the button or anything like that, you can just pull these 3 plates off of here. They'll come, well, it's a little more difficult than that, but you could get to it if you needed to. You just have to unscrew this thing here. These 3 things here, they would come unscrewed from this deal here. This runs all the way through here, and it's screwed into that metal plate there. But yeah, if you needed to get to it like that, but I don't see anything. I mean, it seems like the most you would need to do is you could have all this pre-assembled like this, right? And then you can just, whoever can just come back through, put these, trying to do this with one hand, put these two plates on here. Come on. There's one plate. And then, give me just a second. Let me get this other plate on here. There we go. Yeah, you can put these two plates on here like that. So you would access it, do whatever you needed to do. Put the two plates on here. And then screw these 3 wing nuts back on here. That'd be pretty easy to do. I mean, put the 2 plates on, screw the wing nuts on. I'm going to shoot one last video with just the bracket on the back to make sure that that's how everything goes. But yeah, so give me just a second. Okay, so yeah, I've got that bracket mounted to the back. That's no big deal. Just a couple extra nuts and washers to go on there. It's not a big deal. You can still access the this steel here pretty easily, by these wing nuts. And it's funny because it even says on the instructions, do not ever tighten the wing nuts, like these things. Do not ever tighten the wing nuts so they can be easily removed for access to the logger for reading out with the HOBO shuttle. I don't know what a HOBO shuttle is. I suppose it's another kind of one of these temperature sensors, but yeah, so they make it purposely easy for you to pull these off and be able to access the sensor inside. So there you go. These can be all pretty much pre-assembled. I mean, if you needed to access it, or it's not a big deal to fully assemble it. Just unscrew the wing nut, pull those plates off, do what you need to do, put the wing nuts back on. So it's really your choice. I would probably fully assemble them because this thing is complicated. It's not complicated, it's picky. But yeah, there you go. And hopefully you'll get better soon, and I'll be able to show you how this works in person. So anyway, there you go. I will send this to you now.